to help us reach this goal of life. A householder can also reach this destination by regulated service in Krishna consciousness. For self-realization, one can live a controlled life as prescribed in the Shastras and continue carrying out his business without attachment, and in this way make progress. A sincere person who follows this method is far better situated than the false pretender who adopts show bottle spiritualism to cheat the innocent public. A sincere sweeper in the street is far better than the charlatan meditator who meditates only for the sake of making a living. There is no such concept like direct renunciation. That kind of a concept does not exist. Many times we hear stories of people and they were just sitting and enjoying sense gratification, and all of a sudden some spark kindled, and all of a sudden they left everything and walked off. Like I remember we were on our way to Badrinath, then we were hearing so many cases of candidates. There was one Judge Baba. So he was judge, and one Friday he was giving judgment and something happened to him. Some lights turned, so he walked out of the court and he went to the mountains. He became some Judge Baba. Like that. Or we hear the pastimes of our great Acharya, Srila Bilva Mangal Thakur. All of a sudden, great attachment to Krishna came up from attachment to Chintamani. All of a sudden sprung up the great attachment to Krishna. So it is important for a devotee to go deeper and understand and analyze. And nothing happens all of a sudden. One should not be deluded by a tip of iceberg, but one should understand and acknowledge the great substance beneath. So the pathway of purification entails that one focuses and works on positive attachments. One focuses and works on positive engagements. And then abnegation becomes a byproduct. It becomes an automatic case study. And that is the stable way of renunciation. Otherwise one cannot just give up sense gratification. It is impossible to give up sense gratification in this world. It's just like one may say, okay, fine, sense objects, I'll give them out of sight. Actually, there is a proverb, this is out of sight, out of mind. This kind of proverb, probably it was applicable in Vedic times. People were not having much, practice inputs. So, people were not much practiced into the life of sense gratification. And therefore, out of sight, out of mind. No problem, no allurements, no like that. But Kaliyuga Jiva is on the stage of not Shravanam Kirtanam, Vismaranam. There's so much practice in sense gratification. So what happens is that sometimes when it is inside, then a person is peaceful. Hey, kabhi bhi enjoy kar lenge. No problem. You know? But when it goes also out of sight, a person is so much into anxiety and stress that out of sight goes deeper into the mind, you know, because it is out of sight. You know? So, just like big feast. So the plate is there, near, one is peaceful. So one may be behaving like a very detached person. Oh, Krishna, you know? Like that. But just imagine, one sees that no plate is there, all buckets are finished, कुछ भी नहीं बचा. पानी बचा है ना, साथ में cucumber, no? Nothing else is remaining. So it goes very deeper into the mind. One is just thinking, अरे कहाँ से तो somewhere कुछ तो प्रसाद आना चाहिए ना? And then all of a sudden somebody comes and he says, Prabhu, I made a plate for another devotee is not coming. Are you looking for a plate? You can take. Once he is satisfied, no? You know? Isn't that? So, the out of sight concept does not work for Kaliyuga Jivas. Because they are highly expert and professional candidates. So their professional expertise outweighs or excels any other situational arrangements actually. And therefore those kind of things don't work out, you know, like that. Like say for example lust. I mean voice life hardly we have any interaction with any, you know, Mataji, you know. But so much problems of Mataji, you know, with no Mataji around, you know. You know, just imagine how the anarthas are. So this out of sight game is not going to work out, and that is why Prabhupada is speaking so heavy. What is the point in becoming a pseudo transcendentalist for the sake of wanton living and sense enjoyment? What is the sake actually? So actually, what one requires is that on a superficial platform, simply by some external arrangements, one will not be able to shun sense enjoyment. The only way is to develop genuine attachment to Krishna, genuine attachment to the Acharyas, the core activities of devotional service and the Supreme Personality of God. Only on the basis of that fulfillment, one can say no. Sometimes Mahaprasad is served and our devotees, suppose a plate of like Mahaprasad has come, there are so many items, there is gujia and there are milk sweets and there are different kind of pakoda type looking different preparations. Somebody is offering, please take. Take it. The person says, no. So, and the other person also understands. What is it? Thoda game खेल रहा है ना? ऐसे नहीं ले लो कोई बात नहीं ले लो चलो ले लो ठीक. So that is also a no, you know. No, bro, you take. You know? It's only meant for you, you know, like that. Like I have seen sometimes some devotee that posting some delicacy item, bro, please take, it's only for you, I brought it for you, And I say, no, mera ho gaya, I don't want. And here, please take. So please take, like that. And then I'm wondering, please take, And then sometimes I get, by mistake, or not by mistake, but by that, by chance I get the answer, no, Prabhu, I think you take. It's okay, na? Take it, Prabhu, if you are saying that it's okay. So Kaliyuga, no means this kind of no, actually. No means this kind of no, actually. This is Kali Yuga actually. Therefore, a truly substantial no can only come from a filled up, satisfied stomach. Otherwise, it's a hoax no actually. No? One is saying no externally, inside he is saying, "Arey मुझे चाहिए तुमको समझ में नहीं आ रहा है क्या? I'm falling between ticket, that's all." ना? आपकी समझा क्या रहा ना? मुझे ना रख के जाओ ना क्या है ना? Isn't that ना? So substantial no comes from a filled up stomach actually, and therefore purificatory process is the most important. And that is why the Lord is telling, don't speak philosophy, don't speak big words, but act on the proper platform of purification. So Prabhupada explains that one should not become a pseudo-transcendentalist. Many times the pathway of renunciation is chosen to propel and steer an escape way from hard work. Well, dealing with matter very difficult. No? So therefore, my escape way, a person may feel to walk on the lines of renunciation actually. So the underlying lesson is that in the material world, everything is difficult. To survive is difficult, to leave the body is also difficult. To walk is also difficult, to sit down is also difficult. No? To itch is also difficult, not to itch is also difficult. This is material world, the place of dualities. The point is that this is a difficult lesson which we have to take up. And if this lesson is not taken up, then whole existence will become difficult forever. No? So the lesson is that although the proceedings of dealing with matter, although the proceedings of dealing with devotees is not easy, it's a difficult task, but unless we learn it, there is no pathway for purification. There is the only way. Just like we understand in this material world, if you want to earn some money, you need to focus and work hard. And you need to prove yourself in some or the other competitive examinations. Some people crack IIT, so they prove themselves. And based on their ranks and further on, they get some or the other job. Others are not able to crack IIT. For them, it is said, okay, you take finance, you go to CA line, but CA is also an all India exam. It's not that 10 people are sitting and 8 are selected from that. There are others who utna bhi caliber nahi hai, they cannot do CA. Then it is said, okay, you go for banking sectors. For banking exams, there are also 10 lakh people sit, only 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people are sitting. Or if you go for government exams, SSC and all those kind of areas, there are also lakhs of people sit and few people are selected, right? And there are exams for this school teachers also. What is that exam? No, there is an all India exam. School teacher. You want to be a school teacher under West Bengal government? Net for lecturership, yeah. Date. TET. Okay, TET. Or teacher eligibility test. So material world is like that, no? Anything you want to become, you have to give an eligibility test. So even if you want to become a teacher, you have to give a teacher eligibility test. And if you want to become a teacher, then also you have to give FET, for teacher eligibility test. In material world, you cannot even be a teacher like that. Yeah, actually.
This year, 23 lakh people applied to this
TET exam.
Out of nothing.
And they took anybody? They didn't took anybody only.
Why they would just
23 lakh people sat for the exam.
No, it is only in West Bengal.
Only West Bengal. 23 lakh people. कितने लोग हैं West Bengal में? तो population है. 2 crore तो कैलकाटा का ही है. 2 crore is Calcutta population. So just imagine what a pathetic picture this material world is. So the point is that one cannot do anything in this world actually. Even if so whether it's a big position, low position, any position in this material world requires equal amount of hard work. According to one's karma, karma dictates, one can understand and evaluate if this is the track for me. But otherwise, whatever is the track, one has to really work hard to be able to achieve. So now the point comes is that when material world is like that, then where is the question of unnecessarily trying to shun it off? When it is not possible actually. Just like sometimes people are thinking of schools. If you don't go to a good school, you go to a bad school, both schools you have to study. Is it not? If you don't go to a good college of engineering, you will have to go to some other college. पढ़ना तो वही पड़ेगा, is it not? और job के लिए वही चाहिए, There's nothing extra, there's nothing, something special which comes up actually. So the lesson is one has to work hard. There is no escape way. There is no escape way actually. So therefore actually a devotee has to be balanced. Always the mind takes two extremes. One extreme is that so passionate that consciousness नाम का चीज़ ही नहीं है अंदर It is just it is just like a machinery going processing Or you have seen the sabji cutting machine or aloo peeling machine It makes a lot of sound It makes a lot of sound like that. So some people may be like that actually. So no sadhana कभी लाइफ में एक्स्ट्रा राउंड करके कुछ सोचा भी नहीं होगा ऐसा भी कुछ करना चाहिए लाइफ में It's something called as Bhagavatam, There's some purpose also there, That can be related to life, So this is one extreme, And the other extreme is what? Taking to sadhana as an escape. Now I am preparing my consciousness, So sometimes what happens is that some devotees, their rejuvenation curve is so strong, so much, that activity curve ज़्यादा दिखाई नहीं देता है Like some seva happens after that rejuvenation, Many aspects of rejuvenation. Somebody goes to, say, some dham, 4, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, like that. Some devotees go to Pune, not for camping, but NVCC, And some devotees go to Vada, Things like that, rejuvenation. The problem is that, so that kind of thing is fine, but the proper ratios have to be there. That is the thing. And there can be a tendency of taking shelter of sadhana as an escape. ज़्यादा मेहनत नहीं करना पड़ेगा. The feedback goes down the hand, then lot of activities will come. झाड़ू मिल जाएगा, स्क्रबर मिल जाएगा, वॉशिंग मिल जाएगा, कुछ तो मिल जाएगा. इसीलिए क्या है? Escape way actually. So this type of escape way mentality is. Therefore, you see, the point is that, let's say for example, dhams. Dhams are very potent places for spiritual rejuvenation and nourishment. But the problem is, dhams are great places for devotion, but dhams are also great places for deviations. All kinds of typical typical rare variegatedness one can find in dhams. ये भी भक्ति होता है. You go to Vrindavan and see, क्या खतरनाक, anything and everything, There is one particular, there was one particular Baba in Vrindavan, and his concept was, he was in so much Krishna Bhav, he started wanting to do, he used to come in Krishna Bhav, and then there would be some reciprocation, and he would dance with his disciples, lady disciples, and that was their Bhav. And one will say, this is Bhakti. They have a huge temple called as Prem Mandir, very famous actually. Very famous. It's in top ranking in Vrindavan nowadays. And this personality, his love for Krishna would be so much, he would come in Krishna Bhav. And then others will dance around him. Guru has come in Krishna Bhav, so we have to reciprocate something like that. And so all kinds of deviations actually. All kinds of deviations. Sometimes you may find some, whether that Baba knows English at all, वो भी पता नहीं, and at least the stature and all that doesn't, but roaming around with some Western disciples, especially the Mataji disciples and things like that. So all kinds of amazing type of variations one may find. So dhams are a great place of deviations. Therefore, what is the protocol which Acharyas have given us? How to access dhams? What is told to us? Don't go alone. Go in very strong association. Go for a very strong laid out purpose. As soon as the work job is done, quit. Is it not like that? Did Mahaprabhu not give this kind of instructions even to Jagannath Pandit? You are going, be there with Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami. Be engaged in some service, like that. Do whatever they say, very quickly come back. Is it? So that is the access point or the access matrix of Dham actually. Not that one goes, has a gala time, Hare Krishna. Not that, like in the, like we hear Nityananda Prabhu or Mahaprabhu, doing Raman, walking around in the grooves of Vrindavan, like that. Our consciousness is not like that. Our consciousness is we should have a clearly laid out activity. जाना है, सब्जी कटिंग करना है, वैसे वॉशिंग करना है ना, प्रसाद सर्विंग करना है, थोड़ा सा खाना है, वापस आ जाना है ना. This is what we are supposed to do now. So clearly laid out activity. That is very important actually. So similarly, we see that in this material world, if one takes the material world as a place of picnic, it becomes a very difficult, game. So one has to take this material world in a spirit of, purification. That means there should be a clearly laid out purification program. There should be a clearly laid out guidance module, association module, and as soon as we do the job, quit. Material energy you are dealing, do the job, quit. Don't keep it with yourself. You see, that is the reason Brahmanas never would store. They would never store either gold or money or anything. Kam kiya, quit. Kam kiya, quit. When you start the next task, tab dekhenge kaise karenge aage. So this is a very important lesson here actually. So our focus is not renunciation. Our focus is connection. Renunciation comes automatically as a byproduct. That is a stable renunciation. Is it not? Like one starts driving bike, he has given up his cycle. It comes automatic. Not that first you have to throw off your cycle, from up the Ganges bridge, and publish that on the Facebook, फेंक दिया, renounce कर दिया, वो सब करने की जरूरत नहीं. It's like a person start driving bicycle, tricycle अपने आप छोड़ देता है. ऐसा नहीं कि 21 साल का हो गया वॉकर में चल रहा है, हरी बोल, doesn't go like that, it comes automatic. और artificially अभी छोटा बच्चा है 2 साल का, उसका वॉकर छीनेंगे तो he will kill you, मतलब he will cry so much, he will make the whole atmosphere into intolerable scene, isn't that? It create a big scene because for him he cannot give it up. It's like children, they are attached to their chocolate. उनका chocolate छीन के दिखाओ ना, जीने नहीं देंगे आपको ना, isn't that? So it is a matter of maturity and spiritual evolution, positive evolution. Just like there is this nice pastime, Tamal Krishna Maharaj. And this jewel and case was going on and fights were going on and devotees were struggling very hard. Tamal Krishna Maharaj came to Prabhupada and he was saying, Prabhupada, these anxieties are so high, I am not able to chant. I don't understand what is happening. I am not able to chant the holy names at all. And Prabhupada looked at him. And Prabhupada said, actually I am also not able to chant. And then Prabhupada started laughing. And then Tamal Krishna Maharaj started laughing. He said, okay. Now you will say, what is this pastime, Prabhupada Gold Acharya, he said Prabhupada check the Vesh Avatar, and now the General Commander-in-Chief, Mahaprabhu's army, Nityan Prabhu's Commander-in-Chief, pure devotee, making so many others into devotees, and Prabhupada is saying, I am also not able to chant. So what does that mean? What does that mean? So that means that, and then Prabhupada made the conclusive statement. Prabhupada said, your anxiety for Krishna will take you back to Krishna. That is the meaning. So the question is that, what is that thinking of Krishna? What is that vacuum thinking of Krishna? Or what is that vacuum bhava? When a child is feeling love for his parents, he has some guinea bag and he sees his mother's birthday, he takes his guinea bag, offers it to his mother, happy birthday. In his guinea bag, what is there? 25 paisa coins, 50 paisa coins, 1 rupee coins. And that's all he has. Isn't that? So that means what? He doesn't know. So that means what? What is an expression of love? Whatever one has, and that is offered to Krishna, that is love. And what is that vacuum love? So what is that vacuum concept of love actually? जो है वो अपने पास ही रखूंगा, जो नहीं है वो कुछ देंगे भगवान को. Where is this concept coming from? Is there any concept like that? So simple things actually delineate expression of love actually. What one has, he offers. Just like a lady, she wants to express love for her husband. What she does, she simply cooks something. Not that she will cook such a preparation जो आज तक history में किसी ने बनाया नहीं, किसी ने खाया नहीं, That only Radha Rani can do, Isn't that, She will cook simple whatever, She knows, थोड़ा आलू, थोड़ा कच्चा आलू, Isn't that? थोड़ा भात, थोड़ा लंका, वही है. Isn't that? So that is the point actually. So the question which comes is that where is this concept of vacuum love coming from? It's artificial actually. So you want to express love towards somebody. What do? Maybe encourage him, hey, boy, very nice. Like that, no? One will say, ये क्या है, no? लेकिन ऐसे रहेंगे तो ये क्या है, no? Hey, boy, okay, fine, you're doing nice to this, continue. ये क्या है? You know? So there are some simple positives actually, that whatever one has, one tries to share that, and that's how one tries to, express love. So therefore connection has to go through words, what one has, and therefore one should not negate actually. One need not negate his skills, one need not negate his talents. Who is saying to negate that? You should offer it to Krishna. If you don't offer it to Krishna, it becomes poisonous. Very important to understand. So therefore we understand that there is no such concept like vacuum love. If we are in material world, even if it is spiritual love, we have to express it on material grounds. Even Krishna is expressing it on material grounds, is it not? He shows how he is protecting us from anarthas, You see that actually? He shows how he is by giving us vision and guidance and things like that. So that way we understand. Okay, so we will stop here. So the last point here, the purport, Prabhupada explains the sincere sweeper is far better than the shallow and meditator. So this means that bhakti is not about externals. It is internal. Externals are only useful till the point externals help in the in furthering the internals, but actually the process of internals. Shri Prabhupada ki Grantharaj Bhagavad Gita ki
Govinda, Hari Pati